Hey, what's up guys, it's Edwin from Edwin's Collections with another statue. This time is one of my favorite characters that made it to the collections, and it's a custom quarter scale Spawn, and this is the box, actually pretty light box, and as you can see there is the big cape, and we'll be taking that out and see what's under there. In here is the cape that we're taking out. Honestly, this is one of the lightest capes I've had, even though it looks pretty huge. Pretty big cape, as you can see there. Color is really nice on this, and it looks really nice. We're gonna check it out. Here you go. That is basically the cape right there. We'll be seeing a little more detail real quick. Here's the bottom part of the box there with the styrofoam, more styrofoam there. Pretty much looks like that's the base. Here's the other pieces basically on here. You see the body portrait there. I believe those are the board portraits, and the hands. Obviously that cool looking axe that he has there. There is some chain, and I believe that's part of the cape as well. But those are the basically the second part, the bottom side of Spawn. This is once again Spawn custom statue that only has a 50 edition size, which is crazy. Very limited, really hard to find, and obviously it's completely sold out a long time ago. Number 11 of 50, and as you can see, the base, it has a lot of the skulls. Really awesome details on this. Color is just I think right on point. It seems like obviously ground and soil throughout the base, along with a lot of skulls. All right, here is the additional piece that came on the top part as well, along with the big cape, and obviously this iconic cross from the Spawn and the comics that you see there. Looks really cool. It's a big cross there. All right, and here we got Spawn's body, looking totally awesome. As you can see, somewhat of a light piece, also not really hefty. It does have a little weight, but not as heavy as I thought, but it looks really nice. Overall, really cool. Grays and black with some really good shading, and as you can see, the boots, but this boot really takes the cake on this. An awesome piece. That might be really one of the best parts of this statue. Really cool looking, with a really nice application of paint with nice shadows. All right, and here we got the body connected to that base, as you see, with this big peg, and the leg there connecting. On this other side, he's actually stepping into the cross, which really gives you a cool pose there. Compared to what we see in the comics, is looking really good. I like what I see so far. The only thing that I see so far that I'm a little bit iffy about is obviously this connection here from the base. The leg here that is not fully connected, is not flush. That would be the only thing that I see so far, but everything else I like. And here we got all the pieces that come with the Spawn, and as you can see, we got a hand here that's holding the big axe there. Really nice details on this, but that's one of the hands holding that. We got two additional hands here for switch outs. We got this hand as well that has some cool detail as far as the spikes there. Really nice. Color scheme is not bad. Looks pretty cool. And we got the other hand here for a switch out that is just basically him kind of like pointing with a spread hand there. Also really cool spikes, really cool details. Color scheme is really nice, with I guess some battle damage there. Nice stuff. And let's look at the portraits here. Here's a portrait without a mask, and obviously that iconic look of him. Crazy. I like what I see, but there could have been a little bit better work done here. But that's one of the portraits. Let's look at the other one here, and obviously this is the one everybody loves, with the mask there with the green eyes. Very cool looking, really nice work. I'm gonna put this together soon. And here's another piece, but I believe this is part of the cape, if I'm not mistaken. And I can't wait to see this with the cape, because it's a huge cape, so it should look good. All right, and here we got Spawn put together with all the parts there for this specific option to display him. I'm very happy, impressed with this thing. Looks freaking amazing. I love the cape. Really, I think is the highlight of this statue for sure. It really does pop with that red throughout the whole cape there, with some of the shadowing, as you can see. I'll go into details real quick in a little bit, but just to give you a quick look of this option to display him. Awesome, just awesome looking. As you see, there is this hand there that I put there, and he's holding into the cross. The other hand is kind of just on the side there. This piece here came into the top of the cape, and the cape, wow, huge cape, really nice, and it just pops. It was a little bit tough to get it in the back there. You have to put it in an angle, but good thing it's not really heavy. I don't know what material they use, but actually it's a good option because it just didn't add a lot of weight to the whole box. So beautiful piece. I think this is definitely one of the best quarter scales out there as far as Spawn goes. There's not really a lot of options. I know of another custom that's coming in that came out that is going to be a good option also, but this one right now is definitely one of the best Spawns for sure. Let's talk about the base, and as far as the details on these base, the way that it was made, obviously the sculpture, as you can see, it has all these skulls all around within the actual ground. You can see the browns and the different tones of browns over here along with the base, with some good tones, some nice shadowing. I think maybe the paint could have been a little bit better as far as maybe the details they were trying to do on some of the rocks. But the skulls look really nice. I really do like what they did as far as the color application and obviously the shadowing there. Now, as far as these crosses, you can see really nice. All right, not sure if it's me, but there's a little bit of a spot that's supposed to go a little further in, so I'm gonna have to push that in a little bit. But overall, the color scheme of this cross obviously is made of stone, and it has some really cool shadowing overall, and the color scheme looks really nice. So well done on that piece. As we get to the cape, let's talk about this cape. Incredible cape, amazing work the way they did this cape, and I think really perfect decision as far as whatever material they use. Is some type of PVC, obviously, because it's very, very light, and because it's a very huge cape. It reminds me a little bit of what the Hush Batman has, the huge cape, even though that was a little bigger, but it's almost as big as this. Just that one's much more heavier because I think it's polystone partly, and it just looks really nice too. And this one definitely is right there with that cape, and as you can see, this thing is huge. The effect of it actually flying with the wing type, I think, is just perfectly done. I think they did a good job with that overall. Really nice. The only thing that I would say on this cape is that it needs a little bit more of shadowing, that they can use more shadowing. There is some shadowing, obviously, the sides on the kind of like edges, some shadowing of darker red there, but I think they could have used a little bit more just to give it a little grind, maybe even some dirtiness and some scuffs here on the bottom. But I gotta say, it's definitely up there. Really beautiful piece. That's the only thing that I would say. It would needed a little bit more of shadowing, and so they would have a little bit more of contrast with the actual cape throughout, so it'll pop even more. Let's talk about the actual body here now. These are the two pieces that were put together as far as the hands. This hand here obviously is holding the cross, and then this other hand over here with a very strong magnet there. I do like what they did with the hands color scheme, and musculature is also really nice there. Overall, I do like just the body. I think the tones of gray and black and different tones of gray with the body, I think they did a good job there. I do like what they did with the body. I think I don't have any problems with that. It looks really nice. Let's talk about this portrait here. Really nice stuff. The only thing that I would say, I mean, I really love what they did with this. It's totally Spawn right out of the comic. Great, beautiful stuff overall. I would only say that maybe we could have used a little bit more of shadowing throughout the top and the sides there. Maybe a little bit more of contrast. But that's about it. I think it goes well with the body, and obviously that seam that is just coming out of you, this part would have been good if somehow they hit it. I know that would be a difficult thing to do, but that is pretty noticeable. That's one thing that is you know, kind of like, I guess, one negative on this statue, just that seam. I wish that it wasn't there. Also, the connection through to the arm here doesn't fully flush connect there. I guess you got to move it a little bit, but it's not perfect flush. You can see a little bit of space there, But those are the major issues that I found with this statue. These two pieces obviously came out. They have magnet, as you see, and it connects to this other side. The middle part also, this is another part that is connected and has a pretty strong magnet. The chains, you can connect the way you want them. In the back, he has a magnet also that connects with the chain. The chain is basically separate. You can set it up however you want. That's how I set it up. This, for me, it looks pretty good. I do like how it goes all around his body. As far as this piece here, obviously these pouches that he has on his leg, really nice. The only thing is that I would like have a little bit more of details on that and a little bit more depth. It's a little flat. That I don't like much. I think color application definitely could have been better also with more contrast. Let's talk about the legs here. The leg here on this, obviously that cool looking boot there with the spikes. I love it. I think that's definitely done right on point, just out of the comic. That's one of my favorite parts of this statue, besides the cape and the body for sure. Really nice stuff. I like that a lot. But overall, this is definitely, obviously, Spawn is one of my favorite. Is definitely one of my favorite characters growing up. I have even comics still to this day that I love, and this is gonna be a highlight into my collection. It's a beautiful piece, not perfect, but definitely a very, very impressive piece when you see it. Just that cape is just stunning. And here we got Spawn with the alternative switch out, so you can have them a different way set up. And obviously the main changes were to this hand, as you see, and it has that awesome axe, Spawn axe there. That is a complete hand holding the axe itself. Some good details on this axe. I do like the color scheme and the green there. I think they couldn't use a little bit more detail on the green there. As you saw, it's a little flat to me. The alternative switch out there is this portrait, as you see, and obviously this portrait is unmasked version. And we see details obviously of how he looks without that mask, looking kind of crazy looking. I would have liked that they have done a little bit more detailing on it. I think it needed a little bit more of details and contrast on. I think it just needed more details overall as far as paint. To me, this is definitely going to be a piece that I will be using, but I'll be using the other one better, the iconic with the mask. But it's cool that you have the option to display him without it. Beautiful piece. It's a custom, only 50 made, and obviously all sold out. Just a awesome piece for someone that loves Spawn like me. If you're able to see him in the second market, definitely jump on it, because it's a great piece to have in anybody's collection that loves Spawn. But that's it, guys. That was the quick review and unboxing of this custom Spawn quarter scale statue. Huge piece. Really nice though. I'm very happy that I finally have Spawn in my collection, and only 50 pieces made in the world for this statue, and I'm definitely very happy to have him. It looks stunning, beautiful piece. If you ever have a chance and you see him in the second market, I would jump on it, because it's definitely among the few statues that are quarter scale out there of Spawn. Seen smaller statues that Mcfarlane actually made a long time ago, and those go for a pretty penny, and if they're a lot smaller, I believe they were 1/5 or something along those lines. But to find a quarter scale, it's very difficult. I know there's one that's coming up later on, also a custom that looks also amazing, but this is definitely going to be a highlight in my collection. But thanks for watching the video. Share, subscribe for more videos coming up. I have many pieces that are going to be coming up from XM Studios and also from Sideshow, so stay tuned, share, and as always, keep on collecting out there.